Hello, my name is Beck and welcome to my 5-star predictions video. This year I'm going to include books that I actually read in the genres that I like, because in the past I included books from an array of different genres that I never really pick up, and so I didn't really have much success. So hopefully these 5 or 6 books I'm going to have a lot more success on, because they are in science fiction and fantasy, 2 genres that I really love. So let's get into my choices. The first book is one I am currently reading. It is on my January to be read video, so go and check that out if you haven't. But it is Leviathan Wakes by James S. A. Corey. This is the first book and it's a science fiction in the Expanse series. I believe it's also a TV series, and I'm really psyched about being able to watch that after I've read the books in this series. I said that I've started this so I can give you kind of more of a synopsis than I could previously, and that is humans have colonized the galaxy. They've colonized the stars and the planets, and so we follow Jim Holden, who is on a spaceship. They are hauling ice to transport water between planets when suddenly something major occurs and they end up between a rock and a hard place because they are stuck between a war on 2 sides. So it's all about this ragtag crew surviving and encountering different dangerous situations, which I'm all about. And I really like the tone of this so far, and I'm hoping that it is a 5-star because it is looking like it's tracking that way. So I'm already quite keen to see what my rating will be for this one, because I'm about halfway through and I'm really loving it. So hopefully I can push it up to a 5, but we'll see. Obviously I'm going to revisit this video, so you'll find out sooner or later. Next up might be a bit of an ambitious one in terms of rating, because I gave the first book in this series a 4, so I'm hoping the series only gets better for me, and that is The Great Hunt. This is the second book in the Wheel of Time, which is a very epic old fantasy series, and it follows a group of characters on a quest, and there's a chosen one and a dark one, and it basically incorporates all of the delicious tropes of fantasy that you would expect. And even though it's an older book that kind of started the phase of all of these tropes, it still does them in a way that is surprising and intriguing to me. And so I really enjoyed, like I said, the first book, The Eye of the World, and I'm looking forward to reading The Great Hunt as well. This is like 700 pages, so it's not like something I can get through really quickly, but again, it's on my January/February TBR, and I'm hoping to get through it at the start of this year. Hopefully I can get 5 books into the series this year, even though I know that's very ambitious, but keep your fingers crossed for me, because I really want to cross off The Wheel of Time off my reading list. And again, obviously I want it to be 5 stars. Next is the only adult contemporary book on this list, and I've put it on here based on friends' recommendations because they have loved this book and they have said that I will love it too, and considering our tastes are quite similar, I have high hopes. And it's Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, and I'm really looking forward to getting into this. It's a male-male romance, and one of the characters is bisexual. It's also a royal romance. I don't usually read romance, but I'm assuming this has tropes and funny moments in it that I'm going to really enjoy. I'm planning on reading it in February around Valentine's Day because I feel like it fits the vibe. So again, hopefully I give this a 5 stars based on my friends' recommendations, because they have loved it. They've not just enjoyed it and it's been okay and they've recommended it, they have been obsessed with it. So I am anticipating that that will happen to me. So hopefully I fall headfirst into this and really love it as well. And then the last 2 books, one is a fantasy, one is a sci-fi. So the fantasy is Jade City by Fonda Lee. I know that this involves Jade, families, gangs, war, and also kung fu, which is amazing because I heard that Fonda Lee is a black belt, and so I can imagine that her action scenes will be written as such, and just with that extra detail she would get with having such a connection to the subject matter. So I don't know any kind of plot to this. I know that people have been raving about it last year. I know the second book came out at the end of last year, and I think the third is projected to come out this year. So if I start this very soon, it means that I can get on the bandwagon with the sweep of people that are getting excited for the last book in the trilogy, and that's what I plan to do. I want to listen to this on audio, and I hope that that is the right way to do it, but no doubt I'll find out when I start the sample. So fingers crossed that this is also a 5 stars, because I've started hyped books in the past that have a lot of momentum behind them, and because I've gotten swept up in that momentum rather than actually stopping to sit back and read what the blurb is about, I haven't really hit the same rating as other people. So I'm just being optimistic here, and I'm hoping that I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. But like I said, I'm going to revisit this video, so I could be completely wrong and past Beck could be misinformed, but we'll see. And then the next book and the last book on this reading pile is All Systems Red by Martha Wells. I think the first book in the Murderbot Diaries is the correct way to refer to this. And I know that it's a sci-fi. I know that it's told from like a AI perspective, I think that's right. I'm very iffy on the details here because I didn't want to know about anything because it's a novella series. And with novella series, obviously each book is a novella length, and so they're very short. And I didn't want to potentially spoil myself by looking up more detail about it. So I just know it's sci-fi, it's potentially got AI, and I think it's got an asexual protagonist, but I'm really not sure. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. I've heard positive reviews about it and I'm hoping that I fall on that positive side as well. So without further ado, that is all of the books on this list. Let me know down below if you have any 5-star predictions of your own. I would love to hear from you, but thank you so much for watching this video. I'll chat to you down in the comments and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!